And next, of course, we have Super Bowl champion Harrison Butker.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's such a joy to be here again for the second annual Courage Under Fire Gala. Before I begin, I'd like to give a quick shout out to Charlie McKinney, who did an outstanding job as our interim executive director this past year. Charlie, if you could stand up, wave your hand. I'm sure you're out there somewhere, I can't see you. He put in countless hours of hard work to steady the ship and provide much needed guidance for the organization, and we are so humbled and grateful for his help. So thank you, Charlie. So some of you may be wondering what exactly my connection is to Regina Chaley, and if you didn't know, I'm actually on the board, and I've had the incredible opportunity to work alongside some great people who truly are devoted to the organization and to making it what we know God wants it to be. Again, if you could just stand up, I'd like to recognize Mr. Brandon Clifford, Dr. Michelle Lopez, and Mr. Michael Watkins. Thank you, guys. They have all been an absolute pleasure to work with and have labored tirelessly to make sure RCA is training the mind to form the soul. So thank you to my fellow board members, and also thank you to our honorary board member, Canon Commons of the Institute of Christ the King. We are very grateful for your spiritual guidance and direction, so thank you, Canon. So at this time in my life, I've completed 8 seasons in the NFL, 7 of which I've had the enjoyment of being married to my lovely wife, and from that union, we've been blessed so far with 3 incredible children. I could never have imagined all of this to be true before even my 30th birthday, and to say God has blessed me is an understatement. Most men don't get married until 30, most families don't have at least 3 children, and only around 0.023% of high school football players ever make it to the NFL. Of course, making it to the NFL is statistically harder to do than the other 2, but believe it or not, my beautiful family is what I am most proud of. I'm so thankful God gave me the grace. Thank you. I'm so thankful God gave me the grace to say yes to getting married and yes to serving a large family. As the children have gotten older, we've had to think more and more about how we want them to be formed. One idea my wife is constantly repeating is that you can never fully outsource the role the parent has in forming the child. What we have learned and observed is that today's society offers many conveniences that are very tempting to implement as a parent with the guise that they will make your life easier. In the short term, that may be the case, but soon enough, if these short-term remedies are constantly relied upon, the parents will surely be regretting their decisions and will find themselves with even more issues. Those momentary and short-term conveniences slowly erode that valuable foundation that the children so desperately need. Choosing to limit their screen time, choosing to be intentional with who they play with, limiting the junk that goes into their bodies, giving them responsibilities around the home, and taking ownership of their education and formation are all difficult decisions in the short term, but I think pay off tenfold in the long run. By maintaining certain standards in their daily life and nurturing those habits, they are far better equipped to function appropriately outside of the home. We cannot underestimate children and their ability to learn virtues from early on in life. At some point, we have to take ownership in their formation and challenge them to strive for more. I can think of no better way for this to be done than by parents embracing their role as the primary educator in the home. No child or family is perfect, and family life always has its daily challenges, but it all starts with the example we provide as parents in teaching them how to be virtuous men and women of God. I believe homeschooling has entered the mainstream. It used to not be so popular, and frankly, not too long ago, it was actually illegal to homeschool in some states. Thankfully, we are past that, and more people are acknowledging the importance of providing a strong foundation to children, and I think parents are realizing how important of a role they have in shaping society through the development of their children. It's a blessing to be alive in this very day and age. God makes no mistakes, and He has chosen us to be His soldiers at this very moment in a war that has already been won. This is what drives me as a Catholic husband and father every day when I step out into the world. When I worry about society's future and how it may negatively affect myself and those under my care, I remember that I simply have to show up and do my part and know that even in my own shortcomings, God is present and has not abandoned us. Let this ignite a fire in our hearts as parents to embrace the education of our children and shape the future of our society. Our children are yearning for an authentically Catholic education. They are yearning for community, for the faith to be taught unapologetically, and I am proud that Regina Chaley is filling this great void in our culture. We have the obligation to form the child and thus our society. Let's answer this call and do our part to restore Christendom.